Princess Tiabini and Mora can be a romantic LGBT couple. So can Elsa and Honey Marin in Frozen 3 and 4. Disenchantment, created by Matt Groening, a creator of The Simpsons and Futurama himself, and it is the animated Netflix sitcom that spawned 5 seasons and 50 episodes total. Kind of wish it was longer, but beggars can't be choosers. So Disenchantment tells the story taking place in the fantasy kingdom of Dreamland, where we meet our young heroine and princess of the kingdom, Princess Tiabini, or Bean for short, voiced by Abby Jacobson. And she's been brought up by her father, King Zog, and befriends Elfo and Demon Lucy, while learns that her mother has been alive all this time, and that her mother has big plans for her and a destiny for her daughter in mind, and at the same time going beyond Dreamland and even falling in love with Mermaid Mora, while having to make decisions for herself, what she thinks is right, and not let anybody govern her destiny or her choices. This show did conclude in September last year with its 5th and final season, so this is a late to the party review of each of the 5 seasons, and me and my mum watched the first 2 seasons together, and 2 seasons was all it took for me to be a Disenchantment lover. I mean, I got addicted to this show fast, and as much as I loved The Simpsons and Futurama, Simpsons did get old over time and did overstay its welcome, but Disenchantment, at least it knows when to stop, and when a show is consistently great without milking it. And one of the rare cases where a show never once went downhill in quality. This is my absolute favourite Matt Groening show. I mean, as a boiling take as that might be, I am a fantasy nerd, so Matt Groening, he successfully pulled me into this world that he made. He keeps it like a traditional fantasy with shocking twists to it. The princess's mother and the queen is alive. Wow. That's something different to the Disney princess fairy tales. Oh, she befriends a demon. Wow, and it's still Matt Groening poking fun at God and hell and religion, as he did in his other sitcoms. Heck, in the 5th and final season, he literally kills off God. When Lucy goes to heaven, and the character of Bina herself, I mean, she's my true Matt Groening crush, and a total warrior and a total queen. Abby Jacobson freaking kills it at voicing her, and best vocal performance in any Matt Groening show. Sorry, Nancy Cartwright. And Bina does, well, of course, because she's a princess, she does have lots of expectations on her, but she doesn't take shit from anybody. No, she she's not afraid to tell her dad, King Zog, that when he's not being a good partner to his wives, Zog has 2 other wives after Bean's mother, a reptilian blue lady and a bear lady from the forest, which is ridiculously funny and wholesome. With his first wife after Bean's mama, he has a son, Derek, yeah, Derek is literally the Ralph of Disenchantment. His design looks so much like Ralph from The Simpsons. This even sounds exactly the same, and also Bean, she's not got an easy decision to make, because she is expected to marry this prince at first, who gets transformed into a pig for the majority of the show, and and he stays a talking pig. It's as funny as hell as it sounds, and but she's true to her heart and falls in love with Mora, so goes to show she was never straight. She was always gay to begin with, and was so bold in portraying a full-on unsugar-coated LGBT female same-sex relationship. Mora, she is well, the most gorgeous on-screen mermaid since Ariel, and I wish she was in the first 2 seasons, because she isn't brought into the show until season 3. But yeah, her introduction made the show go up even more for me, and also, but the biggest challenge Bean faces of all, her mother works with demons and the dark arts, and intends her daughter to be her successor as like a demon, a queen. So in the epic finale, that's raised the stakes tremendously. Bean does need to confront her mother, but I love that Bean doesn't kill her mother. She even has a conversation with a bunch of guys. Well, nobody could seriously kill their own mum. They just couldn't. They thought Dangmar Bean's mother sounded like, well, Joanna Longley initially, but turns out she wasn't. But Zorga, her father, the king, isn't a saint either. Just jumps to conclusions that Bean betrays him after Dreamland is turned to stone by Dangmar, and Bean returns and he's firing a crossbow at his own daughter. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? But an Elfo, he is well, the most adorable of the bunch, and he was one of my mum's favourites in the show. Though he had a crush on Bean, he knew it was never going to be, because Bean loved more, and I mean, being an elf, he was a little too short, so to be with her. An Elfo temporarily dies in the season 1 finale, but you're so relieved that they managed to bring him back to life. So yeah, that this show does well, totally shock you with killing off characters and then bringing them back. I do think the supporting characters in the Dreamland castle are all out to hoot. Is my personal favorite being Bean's maid, and yeah, she is a sweetie, and of course you've got the king's evil advisor, who's like the Jafar figure. He certainly twists things along, and the and though I mean, if I do have a nitpick, I do feel the show sometimes spends a little too long in Dreamland. I would have liked to have seen a little more of the worlds outside of Dreamland, like the forest and the ogre kingdom, and Steamland, which is literally a steam engine fueled city, in which Bean unintentionally brings back modern weapons to Dreamland. So it's like the opposite of Dreamland in that way, and expect this show to be well, more mature in its content than The Simpsons, be it expected to go as far as comedy like Family Guy and American Dad. It's yeah, this is Matt Groening's most ambitious and mature show he's ever met. So it ain't for the littlest of kids, but by any means. And the show's theme song and opening titles are a totally awesome emphasis on awesome. I mean, the opening theme alone, hey, it's like you've just stepped into a medieval classic fantasy. I mean, and I I honestly uh, remember the theme song more than the theme song of The Simpsons. That is saying something. If I had to rank the seasons, well, the season one would be my personal favorite. Then season two would be a close second, and then season four, then season three, and season five may be at the bottom of my ranking, but that's not a detriment to it whatsoever. So overall, big fat recommendation for Disenchantment if you love all things Matt Groening.
I give Disenchantment 5 stars out of 5. Best Matt Groening show ever.
I will totally get to even more Matt Groening content after this. I mean, including the Simpsons game, because I reviewed the movie. I can't believe I haven't reviewed the PS2 Simpsons game. That's really 17 years ago. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. What are your thoughts on Disenchantment? And is it your favourite or least favourite Matt Groening show, or neither? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow on Twitter and on Instagram. And I'll see you next time. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.